Hello, my name is Alexander Kerry. Welcome to the program. Ukraine's film industry is always looking for new markets to expand. The best example of it is the next cooperation between Ukraine and South Korea. Joining us in a studio to talk about this cooperation is Jeong, co-founder of Orangeberry, and Victoria Yarmoshchuk, the executive director of UA Motion Picture Association. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
So, how did this project begun?
I'm like a head of Ukrainian Motion Picture Association, always looking how to help Ukrainian productions to find partners all over the world. All this process was actually initiated by Mr. Yuri Artemenko. He is the head of National Council of Television and Radio Broadcasting. He suggested that Ukraine in Korea and South Korea has a lot of things in common, Our mentality is quite close. Korean formats of Korean TV dramas are very well adapted in Ukraine, like local versions. They are popular with Ukrainian viewers and not only with Ukrainian. That's why we sit down and thought that it would be good just to come to Korea to meet Korean TV channels and Korean production companies to see what we can do together for Ukrainian market or for Korean market or maybe for international market. As a part of this delegation was also guys from Film UA studio. They met a number of people there, and also they met some local associations, and after that, almost in 5 months, we met Jeong, and now making actually the second project together.
What is the concept behind
So each concept about we have 2 documentary series. One is a film documentary, second is a music documentary. So each joint projects, we are exchange Korean film director and Ukrainian cinematographer and working together to make a short film. That's a film project that we have done last week. And second project coming up right now this week. It's a music documentary between Korean famous musicians and composers came to Kiev and joined with the Bandura musician team. And they are making new songs and within a week. And we have a mini concert at Independence Square. That's about the 2 projects we are planning now.
So you said that South Korea and Ukraine had a lot in common. It's an unusual thing to hear. And especially about musical thing, it's not an association that you would automatically do. How would you say, Victoria or Jeong, that how are these countries common? Like, what is common between those countries, between the music and the folk music, for example?
Okay, maybe. You know, Korean music, K-pop, this is like one of the most popular musical trends now, and that's why some Korean music are very well known in Ukraine. Also, it's maybe a surprise for a lot of your viewers, but there is a special channel with Korean content in cable networks of Ukraine. Yes, and it has its admirers. People like watching Korean dramas and other content. Also, as I already told, Korea formats, scripts of Korean dramas, they are very popular all over the world, and some very popular TV series in Ukraine were made under the Korean scripts. This is also like another connection. And yes, actually, it sounds unusual that Ukraine and South Korea, they are very far from each other, but still, you know, when we came to Seoul last November, we saw people who are actually like us. They are very much family-oriented, like Ukrainians. They are hardworking as Ukrainians, and that's why it was quite easy to find some common sense. And also, I would like to add that this particular cooperation shows us that cooperation is possible with any country of the world. Once you have creative idea, once you have people who want to do it, and money, of course, you can do it with anyone.
So this idea of music, because I'm going to come back to this idea of music, you mix Bandura with the group B&B, which is well known here, and Korean music, as I can understand. What is going to be the format? So it's going to be documentary plus concert. But can you tell us more about this format? And
Okay, this music documentary is about like 5 days. The new Korean singer and composer came together, and first time meeting bandura musicians and BB band we call it. And they never seen each other. They only listen their music together. And now just having joined to mini concert, that's not enough for me to exchange the cultures and let those two country people know each other. So I decided let's really make a documentary about what they are really making the project together. So right now, teams are in the recording studio and still making the music right now. So I was thinking, now, let's talk about if we make the music together, it can be like K-pop style, or it can be the Ukrainian style. We don't know yet, but this is the art.
So it's a work in
yes,
progress.
creativity. That's where we can start an actual project together. So that's like from I am having the true musicians with them. I'm supporting the media team to make them the better products of the musics and the video contents.
So as I understand, this partnership is also part of this relation between those two countries. Do you think that cultural objects like music, like cinemas, like film industry or music industry can be a cultural tool, a good cultural tool to exchange and to create together?
Yes, actually the language of music, of cinematography, of any other art is international, it's universal. And everybody understands it in each part of the world. That's why we are happy that we are able to speak using this language to our Korean partners and to the rest of the world.
And Jeong, I will add. So when this documentary will be finished, will it be broadcast in Ukraine or in Korea or both? Where will it be broadcast?
First of all, we have our channel, UHD channel, we call the UMAX channel. The early 2018, we are planning to broadcast in Korea. It'll be fully UHD. It's like first time we came to the Ukraine and fully shooting by Ultra UHD channel. Then we're going to broadcast in Korea. And now all these materials, all the footage documentaries, we will send it to Film UA and we will discuss how we can re-edit it for the Ukrainian audiences and how we're going to figure out the languages together. Once we're going to make all together, I'm hoping that we can go to the sales content market and we can distribute what we've done together. And I have two good the news about this project. One, not only just making the project together, this is like actually where we are starting for the first project between Ukraine and Korea. So as Victoria mentioned about the format and script are very well done in Korea, I am more than happy to actually make a script and story together. So create a new format of content together. That's where we started from these documentaries.
Well, I can't wait and we can't wait to see the result of this collaboration. Thank you both for coming in our studio. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for inviting us.
That was Victoria Yarmoshchuk, the Executive Director of Ukrainian UA Motion Picture Association, and Jeong co-founder of Orange Berry. So we're talking about cinema, music in Ukraine and in Korea. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the rest.